What's up, everybody? It's Jonezer, your favorite comic book guy. And we are here without warning, live. Gonna open up some toys. So I am on my own. I'm so alone. There's nobody here. Oh, wait. We got John here. We got figuratively speaking. Hello, all. Well, hello to you, sir. It is good of you to join me here on the Jonezer Show. We are going to be opening some toys. So, yes. Today I got the mail, and the mail had this. The McFarlane toys. We got the Wave 8 assortment. So that's every figure. Yes, you're here. And if you're here, that's all that matters. We have got you. So, looking at you, kid. So, we're going to open up some Superpowers toys here. And the cool thing about that is their hands don't come off. And I can't lose any. So, that's good. So, we've got that. Yeah, I got this sucker from Entertainment Earth here, and it's got all 6 of these bad daddies in here. So without the further ado, we will open them. So first we got the old Booster Gold. He is boosting and he is gold. If you can hear something going on in the background, that is my son playing his video game, probably making way too much noise, but that's okay. And we have Perry the Platypus. Oh, how are you today? Sir. Today I'm going to be opening my Toyinator. And we've got Metamorpho. You gotta love old Metamorpho. I think he metamorphs. And we've got the guy who is famous for being knocked out by Batman. We got the old Guy Gardner here. That's right. Guy don't know how to watch his mouth, and so Batman smacked at him. Oh, well, Perry, he is doing well. And we got John saying hello to Perry. And for Perry, I must say, doom-be dooby doom bop, doom-be dooby doom bop, doom-be dooby doom bop. Perry! And we've got Batman. Because there's one thing that the Superpowers line needs. It's Batman, 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 and more Batman, and a Batman who laughs. And we need to have more batty figures that do batty things. Hey there, we got Johnny Knight. Nice to see you here, Johnny. Welcome to the channel. We're going to be opening some Superpowers toys. My name is Jonezer, and this is figuratively speaking and Perry the Platypus. And I'm running out of room here. And here we got the figure I'm probably the most excited for. We got Black Manta. Now, Black Manta was notoriously difficult to get at Walmart. He was nowhere. You could not get Black Manta. Black Manta was no bueno. So if you were looking for Black Manta and you wanted him in like the blue shade, not in the black shade, you know, like more of the blue shade, like the cartoon, well, tough crap for you. You can't get one. You're going to have to go on the Evil Bay and pay a huge markup for this figure. Or if you're lucky, you could find this one and just be okay that it's black. And well, let's see here, saying hi. Johnny Knight, I am a big Funko collector, so when I saw a nerd, I thought I would fit right in. You are definitely welcome here, sir. All nerds are welcome, and even if you're cool, you're welcome too. I am good to all. I welcome all. But the nerds are my people. I am the friends of the nerds. And then we've got, last but certainly not least, the Max Fleischer version of Superman here, which pretty cool. I don't know if it really imbibes the Max Fleischer version of Superman, maybe in the chest symbol, but whatever. It's another Superman figure. I might not open this one or the Batman one. I might. And we can take care of this box here the way I always do. Just like that. We take care of the box. And yes. So, which one of these bad daddies do you think we should open first here? We got Guy Gardner, Metamorpho, Booster Gold, and the Black Manta, which is the one I'm the most excited for, the Black Manta. So, any suggestions, or should I just open whatever one I want to? Pretty cool here on the back. You got a little bit of a checklist. I don't know if you can see that. My ring light may not allow it. Oh, there we go. See if that works. And then you can get all the Superpowers figures that we've gotten already. Boy, those ring lights, they're really cool. They kind of help illuminate you, but they also kind of make a little glare whenever you're trying to show stuff. There you have the ring. See the ring. The ring is the thing. So, anyways, I'm going to open Metamorpho. And I have to say, these are kind of disappointing as far as coming up with accessories. Like, I don't think any of them have any accessories. Even Guy Gardner doesn't even have his little Green Lantern battery. Like, they kind of just cheaped out on that. That's pretty lame. Yeah, and then Black Man, I guess he's got his little tubes on his head or whatever. That's an accessory. I think that's just part of his body. So, anyway, we're going to open Metamorpho. Now, Metamorpho is able to transform his body to any combination of the chemical elements and can shape those elements into virtually any form he can conceive. Sounds like he's a pretty powerful guy. He can just do what he wants. So, pretty cool. Let's open him up. Now, these figures are, they're pretty basic. The old school Superpowers style, So, they don't have much as far as articulation or accessories. He's pretty basic. He just got the old knee articulation, so he can kind of like a Rockefeller girl or whatever. Yeah, in the kick, and then he can punch his little fisticuffs, and he can turn his noggin. But that's more or less that's all you get. He doesn't do much more than that. I guess he metamorphs, but that's only in your imagination. In real life, he won't do that. You have to imagine him doing that, and then that'll happen. So yeah, Metamorpho. I don't really know much about this character. I think I seen him in an episode of Justice League Unlimited, where he fought John Stewart's Green Lantern. I think he was an old friend. I might have one comic book he appears in where I think him and Batman team up. Not very familiar with this character and don't know much about him, but excited to add him to my Superpowers collection. So yeah, I don't know his name. I don't know his enemies. I know next to nothing about this guy, but there he be. And yeah, we're gonna open what we want. Open what you want. Open what you want. And that's what we're going to do. And yes, please hit the like button. And if you have not already subscribed to the channel, please do so. I would appreciate that. And if anybody's still here, let me know how my audio is, or like if my son in the background is bleeding through too much, or what's happening here. Just hit me some feedback. I can't hear myself. You know, I have to rely on you guys to be like, hey, you're breaking up there, Roger. Roger, Dodger. Oh, on to the next one. We're going to go with Booster Gold. That's right. Old Booster Gold. A scoundrel from the future, intent on making a name for himself in the past, Booster Gold has nevertheless exhibited his share of heroism. So, I do know a little bit about this guy. He more or less like took some tech from the future and then went back in time with it so he could be like more awesome and make a name for himself as a superhero back in the day, which is awesome. Okay, cool. Audio's great. I appreciate that. I never know, you know, so I'd hate to be going and there's like an echo or some nonsense. All right, so what would have been cool, like he had a little robot dude, little Skeets, that would go with him. And they could have, you know, sported for little Skeets to be in there. I'll probably have to make one or find a customizer out there that's got it. Because, yeah, it's kind of lame. They cheaped out on these. But I suppose these are only $10 at retail. So what do you want? There we go. Now we got some information. Metamorpho. Rex Mason is a superhero appearing in American comic books published by DC Comics. He was created in 1965 by writer Bob Haney and artist Ramona ... I guess I'm just going to have to wonder about that. It looks like you may have made use of our friend Wick, Mr. Wikipedia. That is helpful, or use the Google machine. You can Google. So anyway, let's get Booster out of here. Yeah, we'll save it for the sweeper, you know. So here we got old Booster Gold. You know, I have to say he looks pretty cool with his little sunglasses and his star in his chest, because he's a star man waiting in the sky. You know, so pretty cool. Gotta love old Booster Gold. So now we got two of these bad daddies. Lyric, what game are you playing and why do I keep hearing it? My son Lyric, ladies and gentlemen, he's playing some game. I can keep hearing it screaming. I don't know if you guys hear it. Anyway, 2 down, 2 to go. So next we've got the guy Gardner. Now look at that picture of him where he looks all mean and bully. And Guy Gardner, I remember as a kid for being kind of the jerk Green Lantern, if you will. He was the one that, well, he was kind of a butthole, you know. Oh, here we go. Perry the Platypus coming through again. Metamorpho is the founding member of the Outsiders and has also joined multiple incarnations of the Justice League. So, okay, this guy is, he's well known. He's well respected among the superhero groups. Superhero elites, if you will. Yeah, I'd imagine with his powers, you know, being able to like morph into any element, so he could be like fire or water or poison gas or really anything he wants to be. I wonder if he could like turn himself into gold and then cash himself in. Yeah, that would be pretty cool. Anyway, we're an open old guy here. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoy my little method of taking out the trash there. You know, it's kind of fun to just open things and, you know, just throw them around like an animal. I'll have to admit, my wife, when she watches these, you know, she enjoys watching me just, you know, throw the stuff around, you know, as long as I pick up later, right? But, yeah, here's old Guy Gardner. He's got his soup bowl haircut, which is, you know, never was in fashion and never was cool. Got the Dr. Octopus vibes with the soup bowl haircut, that's for sure. I don't really like that they've got the hair there under the soup bowl cut. I feel like that should be shaved, because that's going to complete the look there. And he just looks like kind of like, yeah, you want to make something of it? Yeah, that's what I thought. That's what I thought. Yeah, whip your ass, you know. Like, Guy Gardner just thinks he's tough. I seen that the actor, the guy that played Rick Castle in Castle, and I think he was also in the TV show The Rookie. He plays Guy Gardner in this latest Superman movie, so it'll be interesting to see how that goes. So yeah, now we got our three heroes. You know, which I'd have to say this superpowers line has been kind of, well, Batman heavy for one, but it's also, you know, had a lot of heroes and not a lot of villains, which I suppose the original line had that too. And yeah, like I said, these figures are fairly simple. There's not much to them, you know. The arm moves, the head swivels, the leg kicks, the knee bends. That is it. You got some peg holes in the feet, so like if you have one of these handy dandy little stands like this, you could stick his feet in the peg hole and make him stand there. You know, like, here, let's see if we could do something cool with these guys here real quick. Have old Guy Gardner. He'll be the flying guy. And we'll have old Booster Gold here on the ground control to Major Tom. And we'll have Metamorpho. Oh, let's see. There we go. And there, you can have a little scene with your superpower dudes with this cool little stand. So, yeah. Let's see. Yes, it is a very Batman heavy line, and but that yeah, I'm sure it's in the contract. And a Batman figure probably sells quite well, even these repainted ones. I find it kind of funny that for a Batman heavy line, we've had no sign of the Joker, which you would think if a Batman figure would sell, it'd probably sell a lot better if it had a Joker figure he could punch. You know, so I don't get that. I don't know why we haven't had, you know, we've opened up with Batman and Superman, which is it a superpowers line without Batman or Superman? But how you don't have like Lex Luthor or Joker. I mean, I guess they gave us Darkseid, but I digress. I think they need more villains. And yeah, I did get this Batman figure that was supposed to be the Dark Knight Returns, I guess. I guess that was what it was supposed to be. And quite honestly, it doesn't really invoke that in me. It looks like it's the Hush one repainted with the Dark Knight Returns symbol on his chest. And then this picture here, this definitely doesn't invoke Frank Miller's The Dark Knight Returns. So I'm probably going to sell this. I've already got my Batman figure I want, where he's got that 70s look to him. So I'm probably going to sell that. And let's catch up here. Yeah, figuratively speaking, need to get me some more figure stands. They definitely come in handy. I really like this one because it has the 3 peg holes and then the flight stand here on it. And this was fairly cheap. I want to say I got this off of Hasbro Pulse, and they sold 3-pack of these. So I think they're pretty decent for the price. Yeah. Before I put these superpower dudes on them, I had Spider-Man on it, which I think Spider-Man looks really cool in the stand, all doing his Spider-Man-y jazz. You know, and I like this web thing. You know, you could like attach it up somewhere, and he could be spins a web any size, catches thieves just like flies. Look out, here comes Spider-Man. Do do do. You know, so very cool. Yeah, I definitely need Joker, Riddler, Penguin, Two-Face, all of that, dude, for sure. You know, and Catwoman would be fantastic if we could get that. That would be the bee's knees. I don't think Catwoman was ever done in the original line. My buddy Bill here, he'd be the expert. Bill from Weird Fantastic Toy Adventures is a way bigger Superpowers fan than I am. I was late to the game, and probably I'm a little younger than Bill. I'm a lot younger than Bill. But you know, by the time that came about for me, it was more the Toy Biz line. So I was you know, collecting like the Toy Biz Superpowers figures, and I'll go behind me here and get those here in a bit. Yeah, Spider-Man does look better on that, and that's definitely where you know, this Spider-Man figure is pretty cool. I think he is still available at Big Bad Toy Store. This was the Amazing Fantasy Spider-Man. My only complaint is instead of the blue, you got the black on his costume, which was probably more the way it looked in the Amazing Fantasy 15 first appearance of him. I would have preferred it to have the blue color. Maybe I could paint it, but it doesn't bother me that bad for it to be that way. It just gives me an excuse to buy another one where it has the blue color. I mean, let's be real. But and yeah, okay, John confirms. No, they never made Catwoman in the vintage line. I didn't think so. In fact, I don't think they made any lady characters that I'm aware of other than Wonder Woman, and they've done it this time too. I don't think there's any lady characters other than Wonder Woman that I'm aware of. So, yeah. I know they didn't make any of these guys and didn't make Black Manta, but Black Manta was heavily featured in the cartoon. And yeah, I gotta have a villain for Aquaman. So this is the one, quite honestly, that I was the most excited for, and probably the reason why I bought the entire case was mostly just to get this one figure, Black Manta. Because if you want a Black Manta, like I just previously complained about, in the blue costume, you will have to pay, I think, like $100 they go for on Evil Bay. I'm not even sure. We'll look that up here in a minute. But I think that's the case. I think it's $100 for this guy. But here you can get him in the black. And since he's Black Manta, maybe he should be black. You know, even though that light blue color, you know, remind me more of the vintage. But I kind of like them in the black here. And for $10 or $100, I think we're going to go with this. Lyric, can you please turn that down? You're killing me here. So, give me a second here, and I am going to play you a quick little commercial, and then I'm going to get my other superpowers figures. So hold on.
Hey, are you looking for the latest action figures and toys? Or maybe you are hunting for that one vintage piece to complete your collection? Then Manic Plastic Toy Shop is just the place for you. We have both vintage and new toys from Masters of the Universe, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Marvel Legends, Ghostbusters, DC Comics superheroes, and your favorite wrestlers. Sick of eBay scalpers? We have reasonable prices on all our toys. Just go to manicplastic.com and follow us on Instagram and Facebook.
All right there. Well, I highly recommend Manic Plastic Toys. I shop there myself, and I have bought many a thing from him. Yeah, just toss it around, why don't you? Well, maybe I will. Maybe I will just toss it around, you know. Yeah, I think it's fun. But I got my box of Superpowers's goodness. It's got my Toy Biz stuff in here too. And one I threw in here, this isn't Superpowers, but he's kind of a placeholder. I don't have a Solomon Grundy figure, so I got this guy to stand in for my Solomon Grundy until I get one. So, what do we got here? Perry the Platypus. No video this week. No video. John, you think about doing a live tonight? If you do, I will pop on, sir, and harass you in your chat. Absolutely. I love harassing my friends. Speaking of harassing and friends, one of you jerk-offs is making funky videos of me losing my hand, and I don't appreciate it. I'm going to find out who you are, and I will get you. I will get you. Because when Jonezer decides to get people, they get got. And that's going to happen. So yeah, some guy made some funky video of me where my little hand thing popped out on the Colossus video, and then I lost it, and it hurt my inner child and wounded my spirit and my soul. And then one of you thought that it would be funny to make videos making fun of me for that, and then tag me in them and mess with me, and I'm going to get you. Actually, I think it's Bill, but I'll get him too. But yeah. Yeah, so one of you is a doo-doo head. But anyway, this is something I've been wanting to do for a while. Now we can do this. And look at this. They are enemies, brothers in eneminess, and they will fight each other. And so now I can do that, and that makes me happy. So that is cool. We will put them over there. And some of the other stuff I got here, we got old school Toy Biz Riddler, which, let's be honest, this is going to be better than whatever Riddler Todd McFarlane comes out with. I'm sure that's going to be just a bunch of crap. My guess is Todd McFarlane's Riddler is going to be a repainted version of this. That's what you're going to get. That's going to be your Riddler. It's going to be that same mask, and they're going to repaint the body, and then they're going to put question mark on it and call it the Riddler, and that's it. That's the Riddler. And he riddles. He does riddly things. You know, so, yeah. So, he's not going to be this, but he is going to be this. Let's be real. You know. Speaking of Green Lanterns, we sure got a lot of Green Lanterns for this line. let's see if I could put them all together here. We got the first Green Lantern we got, which I was happy to get, was John Stewart here. He was pretty easy to find. In fact, I'm pretty sure that if you can find them, they're clearancing these out at like $3 if you want to like army build Green Lanterns, or just buy it just to get this battery for your Guy Gardner figure.
Oh my God,
that's for sure.
You saved my life.
Oh, laughing. I'm trying to entertain. Yes, detective work. Detective work. I have been detecting, and I will find you. And I have the Superpowers figure of Aquaman as well as the vintage Aquaman, and I really don't like the long hair. Yeah, I would have preferred a classic look to the Aquaman. I don't mind the long hair because that kind of reminds me of like when I read Aquaman in the 90s. So it doesn't bother me because that was Aquaman when I was a kid. But I would have preferred to have the vintage style looking Aquaman. Yeah, he is gonna make a Jim Carrey Riddler, but it's gonna be in the 5-inch or 7-inch line. I've seen pictures of that. I think they're Jim Carrey is actually doing a lot where he's allowing his likeness to be used. I've seen it at the casino. They have the Mask slot machine game. So, you know, the other Green Lanterns we got, obviously the John Stewart, the Hal Jordan, and now the Guy Gardner, which the one thing I appreciate is at least each of these Green Lanterns has a unique look to them, or a different shade of green, or there's a reason to get a different Green Lantern. And then even we got Kilowog as well here. So we got quite a little army of Green Lanterns. I'm not really sure who's even left. I suppose we could do the old Alan Scott Green Lantern, or Toma Ray, or when they're like a little Pac-Man looking one, and then there was a squirrel one, and yeah, there are a lot of weird Green Lantern things. Yeah, Jim Carrey Riddler would be cool, but I doubt you're gonna see it in this line. That's doubtful. And you know, if you're gonna have Green Lanterns, you gotta have a Green Lantern villain. So who better than Sinestro? And again, I don't think Sinestro was in the original Superpowers toy line, so we were lucky to get him this time around, which is pretty cool. And then, of course, I got the invisible jet, so we could Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman. All the world is looking for you, and the power you possess. Now, I do have two Wonder Womans. I have this Todd McFarlane Wonder Woman, the newer one they did, which is pretty cool. And I also have this Toy Biz Wonder Woman, which is also pretty cool. But, I mean, let's be honest, her neck looks a little weird, and her shoulders are kind of squared, and her boobies look weird, and she got some junk in the trunk. We'll give her that. And then she's got a little lever where you can like hoya katakin, hiya, ooh ya ya ya. She could you know, she could have super fun happy time with Steve Trevor, you know. Yeah, take that, buddy. That's right. Right there, old Stevie Trevor. Yeah, she took care of business there. That is the way to be. So yeah, we got Wonder Woman. And then, of course, we got Superman. Yes, there was definitely a female Green Lantern. I think she was like some pink alien looking thing. Of course, she was hot too. I cannot remember her name for the life of me. I also have this vintage Toy Biz Superman. I've had this one a long time. He came with a kryptonite ring, and what was cool is if you put the kryptonite ring by him, it would magnet in his chest, so it would push him over, which was lots of fun. So yeah, we've got the Supermans, and then I got the Batman that I'm happy to have and happy to keep. This Batman. Oh, hello there. We got Mr. George Valentine. Good evening. How are you doing yourself, sir? Yes, welcome to the show, George. We appreciate you. And along with this Batman, I've also got my old school Toy Biz Batman. I'm sure a lot of you guys might recognize this one from the old Michael Keaton days. And I think he's got some accessories, if I could find them. Yeah, he had like a batarang and like a grapple hook thing, which of course I can't find it. But he also has this deal where you pull up his belt there, and then he would zippity doo dah up there, which was pretty cool. Hey, Onryu 83. Hey, yay, 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 yay. Sorry I'm late. I was cooking. You is right on time, sir. We're not doing nothing. We just opening up some superpowers and monkeying around. So it is going great. Appreciate you coming, George. And so yeah, I was showing off my Batman, and the Batman who laughs. So there we go. We got Batmans. Now, could there really be a Batman if you didn't have Robin? And this is my Toy Biz Robin. I handed him Batman's little batarang there to hold on to. And Robin comes with cool little karate chop in action. Oh, let's see if we can get it to work. It might be broken. Oh, I don't know if it works anymore. Yeah. Oh, this is just... Oh, there it went. Okay. So it still works. Hey, we got Nightwing in the house. And speaking of Nightwing, we got Nightwing. Which Nightwing was fairly easy to find in this line. Yeah, he kind of peg warmed a little bit. Him and Wonder Woman and Deathstroke here. Oh no, I think I'm probably wrong to be storing these in a box because it's kind of bending the swords and stuff. And hello there. We've got Weird Fantastic Toy Adventures popping in to say hello. Appreciate you, Bill. And Onryu83 saying, did you see where Keaton is changing his stage name? What's he changing his stage name to? Inquiring minds want to know. And yeah, I must break the batch. You know, speaking of bat breaking, you know, Bill and I were talking about a video we'd done on his show in the past of our top 10 superpowers wish lists, which you guys should really, if you haven't seen it, go back and watch that. But I had picked for them to do Bane and maybe put him on one of these big bucks like Darkseid is, you know, and they could easily put Bane in the line, or super powered up Bane. And I showed earlier I had a stand-in for my Solomon Grundy. Is this big monstrosity thing, but he doesn't really scale well, I don't think, with the superpowers figures. I mean, he's just way big. And so I have this one I got I think it was from like the Burger King or McDonald's Happy Meal. And this one works pretty good. You know, he doesn't have anything for articulation. I think he just, you know, he does the kapowie, kapowie. You know, that's all it is. But I think this is a pretty cool stand-in until I get a Grundy for the Superpowers line here. Let's see here. What do we got? Just finished editing our interview with Big Daddy Storm. It will air on tomorrow's live stream. Well, that's exciting. That was an interesting process. I hope you don't mind if I share a detail or two with the audience here. But Bill and I had encountered some, you know, audio issues, or Bill rather encountered some on his first go through, and I was experiencing some health issues, so I could not participate in the original interview. And you know, sometimes things work out for a reason, and you know, we had to reshoot, and I was able to make it to the reshoot, and a technical difficulty or two there, but we did end up getting it done. And the Michael Kent on Douglas, his real name is Michael Douglas, but he can't use that for obvious reasons, and so he had to be something else. That makes sense. And yeah, I can't wait to see it. I was there, and I can't wait to see it either. And yeah, Nightwing, I agree. Solomon Grundy needs a Superpowers figure. He was the original cartoon. I think it was Scarecrow, Toyman, all of those Legion of Doom members should have a release. And oh cool, he granted me permission for that thing that I already did. And so yeah, Michael Keaton Douglas. And the Rickster here. Oh, give Jonezer a nice hand of applause. Well, I'll have you know, buddy, that I'm opening Superpowers figures, and if you can't tell, these guys' hands don't come off, so I can't lose one today. So thank you for your sympathy and support, my friend. Yeah, appreciate that, Nightwing. Yeah, I am feeling better. It was just, you know, they had to adjust some meds. They had me on the wrong meds. Now they've got me on the right meds. And things are getting better. Yeah. Hello, Rick. Haven't seen you in a while. There has been some new developments in the investigation there, where there's been some new videos, some new poking of said bear that I don't appreciate. But I will find you. Anyway, yeah, hello, Rickster. LTNS. LTNS. What does LTNS mean? And hands off to all FS and Bill. Oh, cool. I have a little freaking hands off to you too there, buddy. And do they have the cyborg with the half and afro? They should. Quite honestly, and Bill and I discussed this, Cyborg would be a great figure for Superpowers to re-release, especially being the original one is pretty much unaffordable, you know, and if you want to get that figure, you're going to pay out the nose to get him, but, you know, with them, if they would re-release it, a lot of fans would get a chance to do that. I was of the mind, or I wouldn't mind if they would have done him in the Teen Titans version, the cartoon. But much like this Black Manta figure, like if you want the one in the blue, you're going to have to pay a lot of money because Walmart apparently doesn't know that people want these and didn't make them available. You know, so yeah, it was just kind of a shame. Meds making me unhinged some? Maybe. Speaking of unhinged, we've got the Joker. And, you know, kind of a shame that Todd McFarlane and his latest Superpowers stuff doesn't see any value in re-releasing or release. Oop! Don't tell me I lost the hat now. There it is. You know, but yeah. Releasing a Joker figure would be great. It doesn't have to be this look. I think this was a Toy Biz one, obviously. The original Superpowers line would have been great. But you know, instead we got this we got this Bill's favorite figure here. Bill loves this figure. In fact, if you guys find these out in the wild, I suggest you buy these and send these to Bill, you know, at Weird Fantastic Toy Adventures, because he doesn't have one, and he really needs this figure. It's his favorite. He calls this Gimp Batman because he has so much love for it. And yeah, he needs one of those. Hello, Screw Your Feelings. And yeah, glad to give a buddy a hand. I appreciate that. Long a time and no see. And long a time and no see. And like a sub to a Moto Jonezer. Gojitron. Damn autocorrect. I love it. And I lost that hat for the Joker like 35, 37 years ago. Yeah, it barely fits on his head anyways. And yeah, the Todd who laughs his way all the way to the bank, you know. That would be cool, George Valentine, to have the Killing Joker with the Hawaiian shirt. That would be an interesting choice. And definitely, I know I would buy one. That would be great. And yeah, Bill, I'm always looking out for you, buddy. Just like you're always looking out for me. You know, we got to look out for each other. That's what friends do, you know. So I'm gonna go ahead and flash this next figure at you quick, and then we'll move on to the. I've got a penguin here, and he came with this little umbrella-y guy, and I actually kind of like this penguin. He's got the black color scheme instead of the blue like the Superpowers line had, and he's got this little umbrella launcher deal where see I can prime it, and then I could stick the little umbrella-y deal on his back, and then we could and it launches somehow. There we go. But boom. So yeah, and it's also got a little clippy dad or clippy do. So if you want, he could have like a atomic rocket umbrella launcher, you know, and you can take Batman out. And yeah, this is the one that his knees don't move, but quite honestly, I have always found that knee articulation on these Superpowers figures to be absolutely useless, because what in the ass of a point is it for his knee to articulate when you don't get the ankle rocker to really put him in? I mean, the only pose you could put him in is he stands. That's all he does. If he does this, then he falls. So the knee articulation is really, in my opinion, a complete waste of money. There's just no reason for it. And I know Bill has pointed out to me, well, you're not a kid, and kids, you know, they do the, you know, like kapowie, you know, and for me, I just probably want them to stand on a shelf where I'll just take the dust off them once in a while. But, you know, I digress. And yeah, I got me one of these Toy Biz punch myself in the face Lex Luthor's, which it's the greatest action feature any toy ever had in the world. Because look, he bat, you know, smartest, most brilliant criminal mind in the DC universe. And what do? I punch myself in the face because I can't beat Superman. No, it doesn't even work. Look at that. I broke it. That's freaking awesome. Why doesn't it work? Well, it works when I don't want it to. There it goes. It works. But yeah, punches himself in the face. And yeah, that's what I mean. The knees don't move. What's the point of the knee moving? You wasted money on that to make that knee move, and it gave you nothing. You got nothing for that. And Henri 83, I remember that penguin. Got it from Kmart and had to have it on layaway because they didn't have it when they ran the ad. Wow, and they actually held it. And see, this is, talk about a world gone to the wayside. This guy remembers a time when you could go to the store, show them the ad, and say, hey, I have money and I'm a customer and I want to buy one of these. And they're like, well, I'm sorry, sir. We know we don't have it right now, but we'll put one to the side, take down your phone number and your name, hold it for you for when you come back. That way you can get it. I mean, compare that to nowadays where you come in there and you be like, I want to buy one of these. And they just go, well, tough shit for you. If it ain't out there, it ain't in the back. And if it is in the back, I ain't looking. And that's basically where you are, you know? Yeah. Oh, can you look in the back? Can you look in the back? Yeah, what do you think? The back is some magical place where we have things? Think I care about your money? Or they pay me minimum wage here and I had to mop up puke a half hour ago. I don't care about you, toy man. Get out of here. Hits myself in the face. Exactly. Total genius. Headlocks and Heroes, everybody. Hi. Headlocks and Heroes was here? Did I miss that? Oh, I see my problem. I don't have the live chat on. I had some other nonsensical thing, so... Oh, wow, this just opened up a whole new world. A whole new world. A magical place. Yeah, okay, well, I'll catch up to some of these things I haven't seen here. Sorry I'm late. I've been customizing tits all afternoon. Looks like you got some superpowers. I want to see these custom tits. Oh, and now this makes sense. The toys. Oh, well. Yeah, it could have been what it could have been. Yeah, I saw most of these. Yeah, how funny. Kapowie! That's right. And then, yeah, you fill out a paper slip, and then when the thing comes in, they'll hold it for you, and then you can actually get it. And then you can exchange money for goods and services. Like, who knew? Like, yeah. Back in the day, we called them rain checks at Kmart. That was how my mom did Christmas, because, you know, we were a middle-class family. We didn't have, you know, a lot of money for Christmas, but our Christmases were always freaking badass at the Jones house because my mom would, like, put, like, Snake Mountain in the freaking layaway at Kmart and then pay for it all year, and that way by Christmas came, they'd have it. Better than the Lion-O that beat his meat. We got one that does that. I got Wonder Woman's got her special, you know, when Steve Trevor's on leave hand, you know, she can help him out there, you know. Oh, Stevie, hey, you fly the airplane there for me, buddy? I got my own plane, but I like flying your jet, if you know what I mean. Yeah. Yeah, this the old Toy Biz Wonder Woman. You know, this was a good one. You know, she had weird broad shoulders and no neck and a dump truck ass and you know, no boobs, and yeah, she was something. Real purty. You know. I have to admit the newer Wonder Woman, although she doesn't have the costume choice that I like, she looks a little more feminine, maybe. You know. Still got the dump truck butt though. But yeah. Yeah, layaway was great. And that is how you bought Fortress Maximus. In 87, it was $90 in 87. What is that in today's money? Oh my God. Yeah, that's Steve in drag. He's up on modern times, old poor Steve Trevor. You know, he's still a military man. Just don't ask, don't tell. It's all good there, Stevie. We'll keep your secrets. Yeah, so I got distracted there with that. Fortress Maximus in $90.87. I needs to know. We're Googling that. Hold on. Somebody's probably going to get that information before me, but... $19.87. $90 is worth $249.20 in today's money. Oh my God. That's like a mortgage payment. Yeah. $400 in today's money. I got $250, but yeah. The house payment in today's money. I think we can agree on that depending on what kind of house you bought. Yeah. That's insane. Yeah. Your parents bought you a $250 toy. Or did I miss the lesson of that and you bought it for itself? Yeah. That's crazy. Speaking of expensive toys, do you guys remember the I think it was the Dino Riders? Yeah. It's a car payment. Exactly. Yeah, so okay, the Eternia set was the same thing in like 1987. So the Eternia set was like $250 back then. You know, well, I suppose that's like it's $500 or plus now. So hey, old Lack Attack, how are you doing, my friend? Yeah, that'd be basically it. I don't need to eat this month. Gotta have my toys. Bought it for himself. He was in college in 87. Oh my goodness. Goji. In college in 87. I was like 7 or 8 years old. So you're a little older than me, my friend. Not much. Not much. You're probably about Bill's age, I'm going to imagine. Lack, I am well. How are you, Jonezer? I am absolutely fantastic. I couldn't be better if I was twins. But I know something that would make me even happier. See, I have a bounty out. You see, one of you is a miserable, no good jerk and is making videos making fun of me losing my Colossus hand. And so I'm looking for information that will lead to the proof and or capture of said jerk. And I offer one free Jonezer coffee mug as a reward for said information. But that's not all. I have thousands of comic books and toys behind me, and I could be definitely bribed. So if any of you have very low morals or scruples and want to turn in one of your friends for personal gain, I don't judge over here. So I will help you, and you can help me, and we could expose this no good rat son of a gun. So that is what we're doing here. And yes, I think it's Bill too. I do. I'm glad Bill thinks it's funny. But yeah. Okay, so let's get back on topic here. So the Nintendo was over 200, and that was in 87 was a Nintendo 200, and was that one more like 85 or 86, wasn't it? So what would that be in today's money? $200 in 1987 is $553.77 today. All right. Yeah, we're jerk hunting the jerks, you know. And we can also, you know, give a free Wonder Woman jerk to anyone who can figure this out for me. She's pretty handy. Get it? Handy, you know? Yeah, that was funny right there. You know. And yeah, Lack was suspected on my list, but he was very quickly crossed off. And I'm going to tell you why Lack was very quickly crossed off. One, it like physically hurt me to write his name on the list because he's such a cool guy. And so like that, Jonezer believes in his gut. There's a big gut here. And I believe in it. And my gut tells me it isn't Lack. Because Lack's too cool to do something like that. See, when I lost my Colossus hand, it wounded my inner child, and it hurt me and wounded me in ways that I will never recover from. And one of you just doesn't care about my soft little feelings and decided to do what we all do and just poke right at the meaty spot that hurts. And I love you for that a little bit, but I also hate you, and I'm going to get you. Yeah, Bill says it isn't him, but that's exactly what a guilty person would say. So it's like you can't go with that, you know. I mean, it's like what did Jeffrey Dahmer like go like, okay, I did it. Oh, wait, he actually kind of did once he was caught. Huh. Well, that was a bad example. I think Ted Bundy said he didn't do it all the way to the end, and then I think right before they zapped his ass, he started confessing to stuff and saying he knew about more, and they're like, we're done hearing it, we're zapping you. So I don't know. The penalty for this one won't be quite as severe, you know. I'll probably just give you a quick Jonezer waggle of the finger in shame. You naughty person who did that to me. Shame on you. That's probably all that's going to happen here. But don't look up Atari price when it launched in the 70s. It's rough. Oh, I bet. That was like kind of the first of its kind. You know, like an actual working gaming system that switched out for cartridges. Lack, I'm fighting to get my name off that list. I have the Supreme Court involved. You know, Rickster, I have some kind of proof that I think it was you, and I'm actually gonna show my proof here a little bit. Yeah. Okay, so in the original video where it said loss of hand happened, Rickster was in the chat, as were most of you, quite frankly. As always, the same folks here, which I love you guys, and it's the usual suspects, you know. And so it's one of you. And Rickster commented, because I had all these toys, you know, oh, it's like Christmas. Well, and then the first troll video was like a Christmas thing. And yeah, it said Jonezer's Christmas in the title, much like Rich's comment there. So yeah, that's maybe not proof. We'll call that circumstantial evidence, but it's interesting. It's interesting, that choice of words. It is. But you see, the thing is, the person that did this is not hard. This person would have motive and means. Now, motive's easy. Most of you would enjoy poking at the soft meat of Jonezer and listening to him squirm, which, I love you all for that. You know, that's why we don't have soft people in Generation X, because our pastime was making each other cry on the school bus. So everybody that came out of Generation X is tougher than a freaking $2 steak. But, or where was I going with that? Oh yeah, motive and means. So motive's easy. Yeah, most of you would have motive. But means, that's an entirely different thing. These videos were sophisticated. Somebody pulled them from my channel and from Bill's channel and edited them themselves, and has YouTube knowledge enough to create their own burner channels, if they will, like a burner cell phone. They have burner channels, and then they use these burner channels to troll me and post these nonsensical videos along with Bill's idiotic song, and then that's what we have here. And so The motive is easy. The means, that eliminates a lot of you. A lot of you, I don't think, know how to do such things. But some of you do have YouTube channels of your own and do have sophisticated editing skills. And, yeah. What is this? My grandmother died a few weeks ago, and I don't have the energy to do this if I was this smart. Whoa. Pulling out the old dead grandmother excuse. Well, I'm going to go with, because Rickster's a friend, that I'm just going to take you at your word, my brother. And if that's true, then I'm sorry. I don't really care. Well, no, I do care. I do care who did this. But in comparison to a dead grandmother, I do not care about this. You know. And yeah, you're right, Henri. Circumstantial won't hold up in court. That is why we have this great reward system where one of you know and one of you has bragged about it to your friend, and your friend can show their rat bastard no good loyalty nothingness and turn you in for financial gain. And it will be great. And you can report on your friend anonymously if you do care about what these other people think of you. I will allow that. And yeah, there is a lot of poking going on. Poke, 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 poke. Not even the fun kind of poking. The screaming up against the wall, crying, please stop, and holding and waiting till it's over kind of poking. And it's terrible. I may or may not have she's seeing the other side and having more fun than we are. Don't be depressed. I kind of do believe that there is another side, and that this isn't all. We'll see each other again. I'll see you again. Not quite sure where, not sure when. And yes, we put our sorrow into our hard work. That's what I've been doing at work. I put my hurt feelings into work feelings. And then we just get her done. I like your style, Lack. I like your style. Turn my hurt feelings into work feelings. But no, if that's legit, man, my deepest sympathies for you and your family in this tough time of sorrow. And I do hope that your grandmother is resting at peace, sir. And I mean that sincerely. I'll come back for you. So let's get back to some toy stuff here. What do I want to do? What do I want to do? Give me a second here. I'm going to have to throw something together. So I'm going to play something here to entertain the masses for a short little while. And I will be back with some kind of a plan. Here we go. What's going on there? Okay, Mumbles. Big Boy's on his way to the slammer. Itchy's probably at the bottom of the river. You are in the hot seat. Now, where is Flat Top? What are you talking about, Ray? I don't know no Flat Top. No point denying it, Mumbles. We got plenty of photos of the two of you together. Cooperate. Maybe get a lighter sentence. You got nothing on me. I didn't do nothing on my lawyer. Forget it, Sam. I'm done playing nice. Hit the lights. Sorry, Mumbles. Looks like you're in for a long night. You giving me the degree, I don't want my lawyer. This ends when you tell me where Flat Top is. No, I want to tell you anything. Unfortunately for you, Mumbles, I don't believe you. Sam, why don't you go ahead and see what you can get out of him? I'm getting a coffee.
Calling Dick Tracy. Come in, Tracy.
What do you need, Pat? I'm kind of in the middle of something here.
Tracy, Flat Top's out on 5th and G, firing indiscriminately. 2 officers and a few civilians are down. He's screaming for you.
I'm on my way.
Where's Tracy? He doesn't have the guts to face me. I'll kill every copper until I see he shows.
He's out of control. Lost his mind. I'll have to wait for the right moment.
There yez are. Eat lead!
Steady, Tracy. He's gonna be out soon. Now! What? Reload? Not now! This is Tracy. Suspect is down. Repeat, suspect is down.
All right, Tracy. Dispatching an ambulance.
Well, I ended up a bit of a failure in my mission here. I was trying to pull a screen capture up and do some jiggery pokery as like my buddy Bill likes to do, where we try to edit the show as we're producing it. But apparently I'm not as good at Bill at this as Bill is, you know. But we'll catch up the chat here. Lack still thinks it's Rickster. Yeah, I'm open to that idea. Perry the Platypus thinks that's hilarious. Rickster is calling him out to prove it. And no, I really did mean it. I hope that helps. And no, I do not have any Dick Tracy cake toppers, and I should get some of those. Yeah, kind of in the middle of something. Pat, you prick. I am trying to make a Pat Patton custom figure that would fit in the Dick Tracy line. I always felt like it was a shame. That line was heavy with villains, but we didn't have much for heroes. You know, no Chief Brandon, no, even Junior didn't get a figure. Junior would have been good. He was a big part of the movie. And, yeah, so it's a shame. So I would like to make a custom Pat Patton. Otherwise, in the continuing episodes of Dick Tracy, which are in production, by the way, I have got the voiceover work for the next episode of Dick Tracy in the can, and we are in the process of filming. But I've been a busy boy, and I know I've been processing episode 2 for a while, but it is, I'd say it's 33.33% complete. So we're working on it. An apology for accusing and making fun of dead granny. He didn't make fun of dead granny. He did. I suppose we all doubted the authenticity of dead granny, because I don't know if you ever seen that. There was an episode of Survivor, more famously, one of the contestants claimed that his grandmother died, and all the other contestants dropped out, and then he won. And so Rickster, I believe he was referring to that, or at least that's the way I took it. That was actually a thing for a little while, pulling the old dead granny excuse. So I don't think Lack meant you any harm there, Rickster. Lack's probably the coolest cat I've ever met, to be honest with you, or I ever haven't met. I feel like I've met him because we have a lot of like-minded interests. But yeah. So being that plan A didn't work, we're gonna have to quickly transition to plan B. So plan B is to show off what I got in front of me. So I got these Marvel Legends deals. I'm pretty happy with this Spider-Man. I think he's pretty awesome. I like this little web swinging accessory there. I think that is cool. That is very cool. I like this Spider-Man. He is cool. And I've kind of fallen in the old Marvel Legends rabbit hole here, if you will. And been buying a lot of these. Got the tarantula here, and he's got his little knifey feet for he can kick. And now here's some figures where you have a reason to have bendy knees because you have ankle articulation. See, he can stand like that. You know, you can't do that with your superpowers bent knees. They won't do that. You know, but these Marvel Legends do famously have hands that can pop up and be lost. But they have even worse accessories than the hands. Like you look at the Rose here. Now the Rose has that tiny little rose. Now,
I knew you were behind me.
I mean, obviously, if that fell on the floor, I have a gray floor, and that's a red rose, so it probably wouldn't be too hard to find. But, gray floor and a silver hand was darn near impossible. But I still bet it'll turn up. We also got the old, the Hammerhead there. And I like that he's got these little brass knuckly fists. And, my son and I, we had to zoom in on a phone to see what it said on that fist. I don't know if you can see it, but it says dead, but it's backwards. So if he was to punch you in the head, it would say dead on your head the right way. And I just love that little detail that they took the time to put that in there. And you can't even see it. Like you'd literally have to like get a thing of putty or something and push his hand into the putty to see that. So yeah, that is really cool. But yeah, I really like this Hammerhead figure. And he's really awesome. Hammerhead works not only as a Spider-Man villain where he first appeared, but he's also famously fought the Punisher, Daredevil, any of the Marvel street level heroes. Yeah, you can find those at Ollie's and at deep discount too. I think I got the Tarantula and the Rose for like $12. You know, got them pretty cheap. Hammerhead too. I think I got it $12. I also got Tombstone. I gave Tombstone the Rose's gun because for whatever reason Tombstone came with a hand with a trigger finger but no gun. So I thought he should have the Rose's gun. I also like Tombstone had this other head sculpt which I actually kind of prefer. This one he looks kind of mean, you know, where he means business here. You know, Tombstone's another one of those villains too, where not only does he work as a Spider-Man villain, he also would work if you have, Daredevil or Luke Cage or some other Marvel Legends figures. And then the latest one, the one I'm the most proud of lately for my Spider-Man collection, is this Kingpin. This Kingpin's pretty cool. He comes with this little stick diamond thing. And he has an alternate head, no alternate hands, but he's also got, he's got the little kiss the rings bitch thing going on, and he's got the little pinky ring, so he can make you kiss the rings. But let's say he gets in a big scrapey to do with Spider-Man. He's also got this alternate head. Where get that on him, where Kingpin got a little got his butt kicked head, where he's got the black eye and some cuts and scrapes and a split lip, and he don't look too happy. He don't look too happy with that at all. So yeah, let's catch up here. Waiting for a Destro to put his hands and head on the Rose. That would be cool to do the Destro with the Rose body. That would work. The Rose works great for like a custom because he's got that just typical suit. Same with Hammerhead. If you want to switch out the hands or the head and put different characters on them, I mean, this would actually make like not a bad, you know, anybody really is. That works pretty good. And if you had the chameleon head, that tombstone body would work good. Yeah, it would. And quite honestly, I've been looking at the chameleon. Yeah, I've been buying a lot of the X-Men and Spider-Man figures for the Marvel Legends because that's kind of where a lot of my interests lie. But I also really like you know, Daredevil and the Punisher, and I've got that Punisher Bushwhacker 2-pack on order because I definitely had to have the Punisher. He's one of my favorites. I like the Kingpin cartoon 80s style. Yeah, absolutely. And Spider-Man episode with mind control. I don't know if I remember that. Rumor has it they're doing a retro card chameleon in 2025. Then I might hold out for that one because that's going to be the one I want. Although I did like the one I saw on Evil Bay. It looked a little more comic book style instead of that cartoon style, but that would be cool. Kingpin versus Joe Fixit. That's not even a fight. Joe Fixit would just, and that would just be the end of Kingpin. Yeah, the suit bodies from Marvel are all very cool, and honestly, like they just beg to be customized. And the fact that you can get Hammerhead and Rose, or probably even Tombstone on probably deep discount if you look around. Yeah, that is awesome sauce. I have made 2 more purchases for my Marvel Legends Spider-Man collection. I've got Dr. Octopus coming, and I got a comic book version. I didn't get the cartoon version. I didn't like that orange thing he had going on. I liked him to look more like comic style, so I got more like a 60s 70s style comic style Dr. Octopus. And hey Mike Fee, dude, how you doing, buddy? Awesome, glad you could make it. Rickster, I hope Amazon puts the Horde Red Trooper. Yeah, I think he's a Walmart exclusive or some such, so I don't think that's gonna happen. Yes, I pre-ordered the re-release of Professor X 2, and yes, that figure is like $100+ to get the man in the chair version, the orange wheelchair Professor Xavier. I also got the Green Goblin. That was a very short window. Those suckers were available, and like literally the next day they were like sold out, gone, you know, on Hasbro and on Big Bad Toy Store. So I don't know if they're still available on Entertainment Earth or anywhere else, but yeah, that I needed that Professor Xavier figure because I wasn't gonna do the Patrick Stewart in the wheelchair. Like, that's not Xavier to me. To me, I need the old X-Men '97 version of Xavier. That's just how I know him. Mike Fee, I'm pissed. Yeah, Rick is mad because he's still being accused in my investigation. And Mike Fee, you said I spend my time in the shower. My mom's aunt saw your show and told me this. Oh, hilarious. Jamie, how are you? You love my orange shirt? It's a work shirt. It's faded, but that's the company logo. It's a work shirt, so I don't have to dirty my own clothes when I go to work. Yes, I saw this too, Goji. They had a crystal with lockjaw, and yeah, that was not a great price, but that lockjaw figure is very tempting, and I am doing a Fantastic Four Marvel Legends build, and I've been tempted to put together an Inhumans team, and Mike is admitting it. See, Mike is like me, where you see, he's admitting he said that. And what I love about this is that Mike probably has the same kind of DNA I got, where it's not talking shit if you're gonna say it to their face. Yeah, I said it. I said all that. I exactly said that, and I liked saying it, and I'll say it again too. I am what you call a repeat offender. I repeat, I will offend again. I will do this. Hey, All Music Fan 88. Love that you're here, buddy. Awesome. And yeah, I think the orange is pretty too. Yeah. I in fact, I think I had a choice of the what color work shirt they'd give me, and I chose orange both times. Orange was a good color for me. You know, and you got everybody saying hi, and you know, Mikey's kind of giving a half-ass apology, which I wouldn't have done, and yeah, well, awesome. Hail, hail, the gang's all here. What the heck do we care? What the heck do we care? And Chicago Bears orange. Well, I suppose if you're a Chicago Bears fan, you're probably really not gonna like me too much, because Jonezer be a cheesehead in these parts. That's right, he cheers for the Green Bay Packers, because they are the football team local to me that might actually win a game. So I grew up a Charger fan, San Diego Chargers. So Jonezer has spent his whole life being disappointed by football, and decided that he should spend the last half of his life being excited about football and happy. And so I chose carefully of the teams surrounding my area, and I thought, which one is most likely to actually win something at some point? And so I went, Green Bay Packers are more likely to win something than the Lions or the Vikings, or, you know, even the Bears for that matter, you know. So yeah, that was basically my choices, was the NFC North. So, yeah. See, he's a Buccaneers fan. So, okay. You at least got to see your team at some point hoist a Lombardi championship into the air and be proud. The closest I ever got to that feeling, again, like I said, I was a lifelong San Diego Chargers fan, and my favorite football player of all time is the late great Junior Seau. And Junior Seau was with the New England Patriots on their famous undefeated season, and I was cheering my heart out for old Junior Seau to win a Super Bowl championship and retire like the absolute legend that he is. And unfortunately, the one game that the Patriots lost that year was the Super Bowl. And I remember seeing the paper where they had Junior Seau laying face down on the field. And then, sadly enough, he deteriorated in his life, and retirement wasn't good for him. And he eventually, I'm going to use a Bill term, unalived himself. And it was a sad, unfortunate thing. And we all have to remember that there are winners and there are losers. And when you get to something like a Super Bowl, both these teams are champions. So both these teams are winners. But unfortunately, by the time the end of the game comes, there's going to be a winner and there's going to be a loser. And, I don't know. I'm old school, where you're supposed to handle the loss with dignity and hold your head high and walk up and shake the other guy's hand and say good game. And I think that some of that's being lost in sports today with these entitled kids, and they're, crying about cheating and things like that. And I've just been a big believer in sportsmanship and holding your head high. And, hey, man, maybe you lost the Super Bowl, but you were good enough to get there. There are a lot of teams, there are players that had never even got to step on the field and won. Junior got to do it twice. Once with the Chargers and once with the Patriots. But we don't talk about that Chargers Super Bowl. That's a bad memory. To this day, I hate Jerry Rice for pointing at the scoreboard in that game. Hate him. Anyway, yeah, we got to talking about some football here. We got that foosball. Don't Bobby Boucher gonna play that foosball. Oh, I can't believe that. You know, but yeah. So who y'all got? I know we got Mike Fee liking the Buccaneers. So everybody call out your team in the chat. I want to see who everybody roots for. And if you don't care about football, then just say that. I don't care about football. Say screw football. Stupid. But yeah, write out your team in the chat. I want to see where everybody, how you root, you know. That way when I find out which one of you rotten bastards are putting up the hand videos, I could send you a jersey of the rival team. Da Bears. Well, that's cool. Da Bears. Chiefs, Bengals, Chiefs and Bengals. Green Bay, hey, how about that? I knew you had some taste there, Bill. No, Rick Sir doesn't watch soccer. Okay. Baseball fan, go Mets. I do still like the San Diego Padres. The Redskins, how cool. I'm a little surprised by Bill's choice. I think he might be trolling me. Goji, we're rebuilding. You know, Goji, I thought I heard New England in your voice. I knew there was something in Gojatron's voice, his speaking voice, that sounded familiar to me, but I couldn't quite put my finger on it. Now that he's from New England, this makes complete sense to me. I had a roommate named Mark who was from Boston, and Mark, he didn't like to work after dark, and he farted in the car, the fucker, you know. That's the problem with Boston. There's no R in the Boston language. We used to feed Mark beers and be like, Mark, say R, ah. Mark, say R, ah. Say R, ah, ya fucker. I said ah. He couldn't do it. The drunker he got, the harder it was. R, ah. Okay, I'm done picking on New England people. But one of the funniest things I'd ever seen in my life, you know what? I've actually run out of toys to show you, so I'm just going to transition to funny life stories if y'all don't mind. And if you think they're lame, then just tell me I'm lame. But I used to work at Arby's when I was a young, misspent youth. And when I worked at Arby's, we had Mark, who was from Boston, and we also had Vinny. Yo, Vinny. Vinny's from New York. And Vinny was loud. Vinny was obnoxious. And Mark was from Boston. And Vinny didn't like Mark. Mark didn't like Vinny. And I thought it was funny. Yes, buddy.
Good night.
Come here. I want you guys to see my son. This is Lyric. He is saying good night. I love you, buddy. Show off your cool Star Wars shirt. Ain't that cool? Ah. Good night. That's my little buddy. Yeah, they grow up fast, don't they? Pretty soon that kid will be wrestling me to the ground. But yeah, the Vinny was the frickin' dude, you know? And the frickin' you know, what I loved about Vinny, though, is I learned about a New York minute. Man, New York minute's a small amount of time, you know? Man, I'll get you quicker than a New York minute, you know? Yeah, New York minute's not a minute. He doesn't mean you get a minute. Yeah, no, I love that kid. He is, you know, I got 3 other kids, and you're not supposed to say this, but I think that one's my favorite. So, I hope the other ones aren't watching. But, I switch every time anyway, too. Whenever the older one does something right, I tell him he's my favorite, too. One of these days, this is my goal or my dream. Like, I'm gonna die because unfortunately, like life is basically whatever you're doing while you're waiting to die. So you might as well do something good. So someday I'm gonna die, and on my deathbed, I'm gonna call each one of them closer, and I'm gonna say to each one of them, "Don't tell your brother, but you're my favorite. You always were." And I'm gonna tell all three of them the same thing, and then I'm gonna wait. Years later, they'll get in an argument about something, and maybe they'll bring up their old man, and it'll be like, you know what? Well, Dad told me I was his favorite, and then the other one's gonna be like, son of a bitch, he told me that too. And then they're all gonna realize what a rotten bastard their father was, that he played this emotional manipulation upon them, and I think that's gonna be hilarious. I'm gonna be laughing my ass off up in heaven on my little cloud with my little harp thing, that's going to be funny, and when I get there, I'll have my Colossus hand because it's heaven. So why wouldn't I have it, and, yeah. I like that. Yeah. It is. It's an asshole move, but, I think it's funny, and, that's exactly what I'm going to do to him. That's my last little to him. Yeah. Yeah, that's good stuff. You guys can use this trick. Any of these tricks that I'm telling you about are jokes that I have. I've pretty much stolen from somebody else. None of this stuff's mine. So, yeah, just like Lack says, ain't nobody gonna make it out of this world alive, And oh my God, I love this. Jamie does this to her kids too. Yes, you have to. You know what? And you know what? Every time I say it, I'm not lying. In that moment, that one is my favorite. Just the later, that one will be an asshole, and the other one will do something right, and then it'll change. That's just what's happened. Kids are assholes. That's one thing nobody ever tells you when you have kids. They don't tell you that kids are assholes. You'd be like, go get to bed, and then they're like, I am getting to bed. You're like, no, you're not in the bed, so you're not getting to bed. And then when they like go to the bed and you finally think you're done, and they get up again and they're like, oh, I forgot to brush my teeth. And he's like, you little bastard. Okay, go brush your teeth then. So then they go brush their teeth, and then you're like, okay, finally, we're done now. They can go into the bed, and then we'll be done. And then all of a sudden they're like, I need to get a drink of water. And you'd be like, oh, you little fucking, if I can get your goddamn drink of water, you get your fucking ass to bed. And then they get the drink of water, and they get to bed, and then they come back, and then like, oh, I need to give you a hug, and see that you just saw that. He was pulling that move. I'm sure his mom told him get to bed like a half hour ago. Here it is. Yeah, it's 10 after 9. Yeah, little bastards stalling for time. They're smart little turds. They do. They know what they're doing. And I see I'm getting some laughs here, because most of you are parents and you get it. Mike Fee, I remember you telling me that when we were in the tub. Oh wow. Oh, two rub-a-dub-dub, 2 men in the tub. We don't judge over here on the Jonezer Show. You guys can bathe together all you want, and if you want to hold hands together at the zoo, yeah, that's fine too. I have no judgments. We're all good here. But yeah. Hey, Mary, how are you doing? Awesome, nice of you to come. Appreciate you being here. Now the gang is all here. Very cool. Well, I was just speaking on the joys of child rearing and child raising. My favorite one is this one. I'm sure Jamie's heard this one. And this is okay, how was school? It was fine. Do you got any homework? No. Let me see your folder. Oh wait, hold on, I might have some. Really? Why do we have to do that? Why can't I just say like, hey, do you have any homework? And then they just say, I have some and I'll get to it. But no. They think I'm stupid and that I'm not going to look in there. Like the teacher hasn't already emailed me and told me, hey, the little junior hasn't done his homework in 2 weeks. And it's like, how the heck have you not done your homework in 2 weeks? You just went back to school this week. Like, what is going on here? They do this all the time. Little turds. You know, and they think they're smart. You know, and so I got one that's 18, so that's good. He's an adult now, so adult choices, adult consequences. You know, I don't have to worry about him much, except he still lives here. You know, but then the other one, he's 16. You know, and, ooh, what an age, 16. I'm sure y'all remember 16. 16 was wild. You know, you do stupid stuff. Your hormones are raising out of control. You know, and yeah, 16. Oh, what it wouldn't be to go back, you know, with all the knowledge you have now. And then Lyric is 11. And so, yeah. And I have a adult daughter who is 21, and she is a mother of 2 and out of the house. And so, yeah, she's his problem now. You know, so all good. And I challenge you, Rick. If I was your dad, you would not fool me every day. But Rick, being that you put that into the universe, who's your daddy? Huh, buddy? Who's your daddy? Say Jonezer. Say Jonezer, you're my daddy. Come on, say it, Rick. We all know you want to. And yeah, then they wait till bedtime, and then, oh yeah, I have homework to do. Yeah, that's another good one too. They do, you know. And yeah, Mike loved being 16. Yeah, I love being 16 too. It was freaking stupid to stay out all night, and that's the other thing I'm gonna give my kids, and probably your guys' kids too, if you a little bit of credit. When we were young, the thing to do was to, like, you know, to smoke pot and drink and have underage fornications. And we were just naughty kids in my day. We did everything wrong. We did everything stupid. And, like, if there was a dumb way to do it, we did it, you know. So, yeah, that was how things were. You know, and kids nowadays, I think they're a little smarter than that. You know, that's what I was going for. Being creepy, you know. What's your name? Who's your daddy? Is he rich like me? Yeah, that was my childhood. Smoke, drink, sex, break curfew, and it'd be stupid. Everybody was stupid, you know. And kids nowadays are just so much smarter, because they don't do most of that shit. You know, if anything, if the kids nowadays, if they have one problem, and what it is it's the phone or the technology or the tablet or the computer or their video game or whatever it is that they're spending too much time on, that's their downside, which I'll take that over what nonsense I was into at that age. I got good boys who, you know, like I said, they don't do their homework, and they don't go to bed when I tell them to, and they eat junk before dinner, and they smart ass me all the time. And you know, every time I tell them to do their chores, they always have an excuse of why not to do them. And then I have to ask them 500 times. And then when they finally do the chore, it's just because I've become a raging psychopath, and they're too afraid of what I will do next if they don't get their ass out there and mow that lawn. But other than that, I have good boys, and they do listen for the most part. You know, but yeah. Jeff, are you the only one without kids? Yeah, you know, there is nothing wrong with not having them. In fact, some people consider that a blessing, because then they can do what they want. They don't have to be responsible for it. They could be the funkle, they could be the cool uncle, or they could be, you know, the friend, you know, from their friends' kids, that the cool friend, you know. Yeah, and so that's always cool. You know, you don't have to be the parent, you know. But yeah. So the one thing too, though, you know, when we're talking about kids and we're talking about toys, is kids nowadays don't really play with toys like kids did when we were kids. You know, probably because of all the tablets and the cell phone and the video games and all that. You know, they don't sit there and it'd be all like, you know, oh, Sinestro, I will destroy you. You will not destroy me, Guy Gardner. Kapawi. You know, they don't do that stuff like we did when we were younger. You know, I would sit there and real, holy hijinks, Batman. I think the Two-Face is the guy that stole all the $2 bills. You know, that they don't play like we did. In fact, my kids see me doing that and they just go like, what in the hell is wrong with you? And I think it's funny. Yeah. Mike lies on his age, won't show his ID. Yeah, today's kids know how to use Snapchat and TikTok, but it doesn't mean they're smarter. That's true. You know, they just were conditioned, you know. I mean, like, okay, so like Goji, when we were kids, like we thought it was cool to go to the computer lab and maybe they'd have like a Apple with the old DOS prompt and you have to learn how to type something in to get to the freaking C drive or whatever, however DOS worked. I can't even remember, you know. And then later for me, by the time I went into high school, we had the Windows thing was happening. So then you had the Windows 98 or whatever it was, or Windows 95, and you got mail, and that was the cool thing, you know. But I remember being on the ground floor when a lot of this stuff had come, and yeah, in fact, I have a distinct memory of playing some fishing game on my original PlayStation. And I'm sitting here playing this fishing game, and I'm picking my, you know, bait and my lure, and I'm casting, catching the fish, I'm watching the TV, and I could hear, no more feel, the disapproval of my father as he sat behind the couch and watched me play this fishing game and went, huh. And I says, what? And my dad brings out the obvious point. You know, when I was your age and I wanted to go fishing, I actually had to go outside. You know, so it happens. Rickster. I broke up a fight with two kids in high school yard. Everyone was filming the fight with their phones, and it was weird to witness that. Yeah, and that's kind of where they are. You know, I suppose when we were kids and they'd fight, we'd all like make a circle and then everybody lock arms and try to keep the adults out from breaking it up, or at least that's how we did it in California. Or we'd try to take the fight to some other location where it would be less likely for an adult to intervene. But I imagine if we all had video recorders in our pockets in the 90s, we'd have been recording it too. And yes, technology has taken over the world, and yes, having kids is not for everyone. And in fact, it is definitely not. If you're not gonna see it through, if you're gonna be like a deadbeat dad or a deadbeat mom, because there's those too, you should really not do that. You're just gonna cause more harm. Jamie saying, my girls don't play with toys, my boys play with toys. So they probably see old Mikey in action there, you know. But yeah, I think the girls, if they had toys, they usually had like a Barbie with like the brushable hair or something, or like a little makeup kit. Yeah, it's like how you play baseball on your PlayStation. Exactly. I used to love playing baseball on the Nintendo or on the PlayStation. Absolutely. The baseball games got hard on the video games. I remember it used to be just A and B, like A to swing the bat and run the bases, and it was simple. Yeah, now I have all it's complicated. You got to be like a degree in freaking astrophysics to play a baseball game nowadays. Speaking of kids, I have to put my two to bed. Be cool, everyone. Jonezer, I love you too, my friend. Yeah, you spoil them babies. In fact, anybody out there that got kids, you spoil them babies, and anybody that don't, you spoil yourself. Like I said, we only get a one trip around this rock. Might as well enjoy it. Let's see here. Rickster. I remember in high school we'd all we'd go fight other kids from the other school, and no one even knew what the fighting was about. Yeah, we did that too. It'd be like, you know what, Santana High is way cooler than West Hills. West Hills, Waste Hills. Yeah, that's what that is. You're from Waste Hills, and yeah, I'm gonna fight you just because you're from a different school. And our big crazy scary guy is tougher than your big crazy scary guy. And then we'll have the battle of the big crazy scary guys in the parking lot, and then everybody will stand around and make fun of them because they can't fight good. And yeah, that's basically how that is. My daughter hates Barbies, flat out hates it. It gave her My Little Pony. Well, you know, there you go. Yeah, hopefully she liked the little horsey. I don't know what little girl wouldn't like a magical horse unicorn thing. Jamie Sanders, my boys love their wrestlers and they like to act it. Oh, the real man, I did that too. I remember in the 90s, I put my cousin in the sharpshooter because I was a big Bret the Hitman Hart fan. And I remember my mother come running down the hallway to the screams of my poor little cousin as I had him in deep into the sharpshooter submission, where he stubbornly wouldn't give up, and I really had to apply some pressure on him, you know. And unfortunately, I never did get to find out if he'd give up. My mom broke that up before we could see, you know. But yeah, I would also say to be careful. Fighting or wrestling with your cousins. I have a gargantuan freak in my family. My cousin Will is like 6'8" or 6'9", and at one Christmas, we all were thrashing on Will in the backyard, you know, because we'd all get together for Christmas, and they'd kick all the boys outside, and then we just, you know, we're Generation X, or probably by then it was millennials or whatever, but I was still Generation X, so, you know, our pastime was making each other cry, and so we would pick on him, and I remember thrashing on Will and throwing him around and beating on him, and then the next year that kid was like a freaking foot taller, and you ain't gonna hit me no more, and I'm like, yeah, I'm probably not. You know, I mean, seriously, the difference in that kid between when he was 12 and when he was 13, I was like, good God. You know, he showed up one year and he was 5'7", and then the next year he was 6'4". I was like, what happened? You know? Oh, yeah. Yeah, exactly. You put the letter S in front of the words Hitman, and you know exactly what I think of Bret the Shitman Hart. Yeah, that was the good days with the wrestling. Yeah, you know, I'll have to just to say, you know, me and Bill finding this Crossroads Wrestling was kind of a neat thing because we were looking for something like that to be able to show on the channel. And I do think I like their old school style of wrestling. And, you know, unfortunately, nowadays, you know, the WWE and the AEW, they don't really wrestle like the way they used to. So, yeah. Yeah. Be careful fighting or wrestling your brother. Black eye in 3rd grade, shattered a tooth in 6th grade. Had to explain it to the teachers. Yeah, I got it from my brother. Yeah, sure you did, kid. Where's your dad? Yeah, your dad drink? Does he hit you? Talk to me, kid. You can trust me. Yeah, I bet. You know, I shouldn't laugh at that. That's sad. But you know, yeah, it was rough. It was rough back in the day. You know, I'm going to guess on Ryu 83 by my psychotic Jonezer mind powers that you were born in 83. That's going to be my guess. So you're just a couple years younger than me. I bet I'm right about that. You know, I do have psychotic powers, so I can tell these things. You know, but yeah, so yeah, we'll probably be showcasing some more wrestling there on Weird Fantastic Toy Adventures. We'll definitely be showing the interview with Big Daddy Storm, and yeah, it's gonna be a fun time. So you guys are gonna have to tune in tomorrow night, 10 p.m. Central Time, and you will see Jonezer. And there's this other guy, it's kind of his show and his channel. His name's Bill, and he's a little bit weird, and he's a little fantastic, and we will probably take you on a toy adventure. and there's going to be some wrestling in it, and that's going to be cool. And you know, I've probably rambled enough. It's not that I've run out of stuff to say. It's probably more that I got to save some for later. But again, I just like to remind the audience that we do have a reward program here on the Jonezer Show. So you too can rat think on one of your friends and tell me which one of these no good bastards is doing the trolling hand videos to me. And I will reward you for your lack of loyalty to your friend and help you. Whoa, a bunch of chat just popped through here like I didn't have a minute ago. Yeah, I like that show too. It's a lot of fun. And yeah, we interviewed Big Daddy Storm, and yeah, it's going to be very, very good. And yeah, I do need a guest host, a real man with a hand. Are you that man, Rickster? You want to be my co-host here? I'll have to learn how to bring someone in. One time I did a show here with Bill on, but it was an audio disaster. I might need to pick my wizard friend Bill's brain on how to do this with a guest again, because I am sure I forgot how. But any of you guys, this is an open channel. The one thing that's a problem though is I'm not exactly what you call a planner. I just kind of do things. And like even like today, like I didn't plan to do this except maybe like 10 minutes before I did it. So if you're one of these people like me who have no life and can just be available at the drop of the hat and would like to co-host on this channel, you can ultimately volunteer. The position pays no money, and I will abuse you constantly. And so yeah, a lot of perks. Yeah. Yeah, Mike and his brother would fist fight. So yeah, no wrestling and that. You just beat the crap out of each other. And Bill, the number one suspected hand guy. Bill actually is my number one suspect at this point, and I'm going to tell you why. I think Bill has the motive. As far as Bill would love to poke a sharp finger into my soft belly and listen to me squeal, and I love him for it, because again, we don't do soft in Generation X. And Bill also is the one who has the most means. Somebody who did this is technically savvy. And Bill is one of the more technically savvy dudes I know. So he's fitting the bill, if you will, more and more every day. That is for sure. All Music Fan, he works till 10:30 tomorrow, so you will miss it. He actually works all frickin' weekend. Well, that sucks. You know, speaking of which, I think we got some family dinner thing, so I might even be late to my own funeral on that too. Bill, I'll have to get with you later, because yeah, I might have a thing on Saturday myself, but I'll be there. I just might be wandering in late or last minute. Bill saying he didn't do it, and even if he did, he wouldn't admit it. Well, of course not. Now, why would you? We got to keep this joke rolling, right? Jamie Sanders, when I was little, I remember wrestling with my cousin and went to kick him in the ass and missed, and he dropped to the floor so fast. He didn't understand why he did it back then, but I'm just trying to imagine that. That's hilarious. Put me on that show and we're going straight to Fox. So that's fine. Yeah, we'll do it. Yeah, just use StreamYard. That would be the easy way to do it. But, you know, I've never been one to do things the easy way. Yeah, I would love to do it, be on your show, Mike, or be on with you and Jeff. That would be great. And absolutely. So, again, I'm gonna wrap this up here. I gotta get to the bed there. Jonezer's got a day of work tomorrow where his boss will abuse him for less and less money every day. And oh, you would admit it. He would admit it. Well, I guess we're just gonna have to take your word on that. aren't we? Anyways, closing down the show. Jones has got to work in the morning, and we'll see you later on Weird Fantastic Toy Adventures, and probably here again sometime, but God knows when the heck that would happen, because again, I'm not really much of a planner. Does this guy look like he could keep a schedule or do anything right ever? So, hey, and again, if you know who the rat bastard is, lend me a hand, pun very intended, and turn in your friend. I'll give you a free coffee cup. Jonezer out. Hey, what's going on? You guys are still here. The show's over. Go home.